My beloved child, wait, don't let this moment pass you by, because something happened that no one saw coming. The person your heart has been thinking about finally reached the point where they could no longer hide what had been buried inside for so long. They tried to smile, they tried to act as though everything was normal, but behind every quiet moment was a truth growing louder every single day. Then, without warning, the walls around their heart collapsed, and tears began to fall. Not because they were weak, but because carrying that hidden secret had become too heavy. Don't skip, because what caused those tears has the power to change everything you thought you knew. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and every second from this moment is leading toward a revelation that no one expected. For a long time they convinced themselves that silence would protect both of you. They believed that if they never spoke the truth, nothing would change. But secrets never stay hidden forever. Every memory, every coincidence, every moment they thought about you only made that silence louder. Last night, something unexpected forced them to face everything they had been avoiding. It wasn't a message, it wasn't a phone call, and it wasn't anyone else's words. It was their own heart refusing to stay quiet any longer. In that single moment they realized the greatest battle was never against the world, it was against the truth they had hidden from you. Don't look away now. Stay till the end, because the next piece of this story reveals why they believe nothing can ever go back to the way it was. Right now, while you are listening, another chapter is quietly unfolding. The tears were only the beginning. Hidden beneath them is a truth so unexpected that even they never imagined they would have to face it. Every decision they made in the past suddenly looks different, every unanswered question finally begins to make sense, and every strange feeling you've carried may have been pointing toward this exact moment. But the biggest surprise has not been revealed yet. The secret they protected for so long is standing at the edge of coming into the light, and once it does, both of your paths may never look the same again. Don't skip. Keep listening carefully, because something huge is waiting for you, and the next moment changes the entire story. There is something they have replayed in their mind more times than they can count. Every quiet evening, every peaceful morning, every ordinary moment somehow brought your name back into their thoughts. They kept asking themselves the same question: what if I had been honest from the very beginning? That question slowly became impossible to escape. The tears you heard about were not created in a single night, they were built from countless moments of regret that had been growing silently. Don't skip, because the truth behind those tears is only beginning to unfold. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the next revelation connects every unanswered moment you have been wondering about. What they never wanted you to know was not something meant to hurt you. It was something they believed would protect the future they secretly hoped could still exist. They thought that if they carried the burden alone, one day everything would somehow become easier. Instead, the silence became heavier. Every time they imagined speaking openly, fear whispered that it was already too late. Yet deep inside, another voice kept reminding them that some connections cannot be erased simply by pretending they never mattered. That inner struggle finally reached its breaking point. The person who always appeared calm could no longer hide what their heart had been carrying. This is why everything suddenly feels different now. Don't stop listening, because the most unexpected piece of the story has not been revealed yet. Now they stand at the edge of a decision that could rewrite everything. They know they cannot return to the version of themselves that kept everything locked away. A new chapter is quietly beginning, but before they take the next step, one final truth must come into the light. That truth explains every strange silence, every unexpected distance, and every moment that never seemed to make sense. You are closer than ever to discovering it, but the biggest twist is still waiting just ahead. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and what happens next will completely change the direction of this story. A quiet shift has already begun, even if no one else can see it yet. The moment they finally allowed themselves to stop running from the truth, everything inside them started to change. They looked back at every memory involving you and realized that the moments they once dismissed were actually the moments that shaped their heart the most. What they believed was only a passing feeling had become something they could no longer ignore. Don't skip. Because the next few moments reveal why this hidden truth has become impossible for them to carry alone. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The secret was never about pretending you didn't matter. It was about believing they weren't ready to face what your presence truly meant in their life. Every time they came close to opening up, uncertainty convinced them to step back. They smiled when they wanted to speak, remained silent when they wanted to explain, and walked away when their heart wanted to stay. Now those choices feel heavier than ever before. The tears were not simply about the past, they were about realizing how much time had been lost hiding behind fear instead of honesty. And for the first time, they understand that keeping the truth buried has changed them more than revealing it ever could have. But don't think this story has reached its turning point just yet. The greatest revelation is still waiting behind a door that has only begun to open. Someone unexpected is about to become part of this story, and their words will force your soulmate to make a choice they can no longer avoid. That decision will determine whether this hidden truth finally comes into the light or remains locked away forever. Don't look away now. Because something huge is waiting for you, and what happens next will be the moment everything changes forever. Everything became different the moment another voice entered the story. It wasn't someone trying to judge them or tell them what to do. It was someone who quietly asked a single question they could not answer: how long will you keep hiding what your heart already knows? That question echoed through every thought they had been trying to silence. Suddenly, every excuse they had repeated to themselves began to disappear. They realized the tears were never a sign of defeat, they were the beginning of freedom from a burden they had carried for far too long. Don't skip, because what follows is the most unexpected turn yet. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. For the first time, they stopped imagining what could go wrong and started wondering what could happen if the truth was finally spoken. They pictured every moment they had kept locked inside, every feeling left unexpressed, every memory they believed had already faded. Instead of disappearing, those memories became stronger. They understood that the secret had never protected them, it had only delayed the life they secretly wished they could live. Their heart no longer wanted to hide behind fear. It wanted clarity, honesty, and the courage to face whatever came next. The tears that once felt like the end now felt like the beginning of a completely different journey. But the story refuses to slow down. There is still one final barrier standing between silence and truth, and your soulmate knows they cannot avoid it much longer. The next choice they make will reveal whether the hidden secret finally reaches you or remains locked away forever. Every sign is pointing toward a moment that neither of you expected, and when it arrives, nothing will feel the same again. Don't skip, stay with this story until the very end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the next chapter holds the revelation that changes everything. The silence has now become louder than words ever could. Your soulmate has reached the point where pretending is no longer possible. Every day they wake up with the same thought, and every night they fall asleep with the same unanswered question. The secret they carried for so long no longer feels like something they can control, it feels like something that is slowly finding its own way into the light. They never imagined that one hidden truth could reshape every memory, every decision, and every dream they once believed was out of reach. Don't skip. Because the next few moments reveal why this story is approaching its greatest turning point. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Then something unexpected happened. They found themselves revisiting the smallest details they had almost forgotten. A simple smile, a familiar conversation, a moment that seemed ordinary at the time, all of it suddenly carried a meaning they had never understood before. That realization struck deeper than anything else. They finally understood that the greatest mistake was never keeping the secret, it was believing that time would erase what their heart refused to let go of. Every tear became a reminder that some truths only grow stronger the longer they remain unspoken. And now, for the first time, they are no longer asking whether they should face the truth, they are asking when. The answer is closer than they realize. There is one final moment waiting just ahead, a moment that will test every fear they have carried and every hope they have hidden. Once that moment arrives, there will be no turning back, no more pretending, and no more unanswered questions. The secret that changed everything is standing at the edge of being revealed, and when that happens, both of your paths will enter a chapter unlike anything that came before. Don't look away now. Because something huge is waiting for you, and the next part uncovers the moment that changes this story forever. The moment they feared for so long is no longer somewhere in the future, it is almost here. Your soulmate can feel it with every passing day. The weight they carried is becoming impossible to hide, and every attempt to push those emotions aside only brings them back even stronger. They have finally accepted one powerful truth: some stories are never meant to stay unfinished. No matter how much time passes, the heart keeps returning to the place where it feels the strongest connection. Don't skip, because what happens next is the turning point this entire journey has been leading toward. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. As they looked back one final time, they realized the secret was never the real problem. The real problem was believing that silence could change destiny. Every moment they kept their feelings hidden only made them more certain of one thing: you had left a mark on their life that could never be erased. The tears were not simply about regret anymore. They became a promise to themselves that they would stop allowing fear to make their decisions. For the first time in a very long while, hope began replacing hesitation. They could almost picture the future they had spent so long imagining from a distance, and that vision gave them a kind of courage they had never felt before. But the greatest surprise is still waiting beyond the next step. Very soon, a quiet moment will arrive that seems ordinary on the outside. yet it will carry the power to change everything. A few simple words, one unexpected decision, and one long-hidden truth will finally come together. When that happens, every unanswered question from the beginning of this story will suddenly make sense. Don't stop now, because something huge is waiting for you, and the final chapter is closer than ever before. The waiting is almost over. Your soulmate has spent countless moments standing between fear and hope, but that space is becoming smaller with every passing day. They can no longer convince themselves that silence is the safer choice. Deep inside, they already know that the truth has been knocking on the door of their heart for far too long. Every tear they tried to hide has become a reminder that some feelings grow stronger when they are finally acknowledged instead of ignored. Don't skip, because the next moments bring you closer than ever to the revelation this entire story has been building toward. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Then came a quiet realization that changed everything. They stopped asking whether you would understand and started asking whether they could continue living without being honest with themselves. That single change in perspective lifted a weight they had carried for so long that they almost forgot what peace felt like. They understood that the secret had never been meant to remain hidden forever. It had been waiting for the right moment, the moment when courage would become greater than uncertainty. And now, that moment feels closer than ever. Every memory they once tried to avoid now reminds them that the strongest connections are often the ones that quietly endure through time. One final chapter still remains, and it holds the answer to everything you've been waiting to discover. The tears, the silence, the hidden truth, and the unexpected changes have all been leading toward one unforgettable moment. When that moment arrives, nothing will feel ordinary anymore. The mystery that began with quiet heartbreak is about to end with a truth that has the power to transform everything that follows. Don't look away now, because something huge is waiting for you, and the next chapter reveals the ending no one saw coming. The final piece of the story does not arrive with noise. It arrives in complete silence. Your soulmate stands at a crossroads where there are only two paths left. Continue hiding behind yesterday, or finally step into tomorrow with nothing left concealed. For the first time, they are no longer afraid of what the truth might change. Instead, they are afraid of what will happen if they never allow it to be spoken. The tears that once felt like an ending have become the beginning of a new chapter they never thought they would have the courage to write. Don't skip, because this is the moment everything has been leading toward. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Then, in a single quiet moment, every scattered memory begins to connect. They finally understand that the secret was never about creating distance between the two of you. It was about their own struggle to believe they deserved the happiness they had been dreaming about. Every hesitation, every unexplained silence, every step backward came from uncertainty, not from a lack of care. That realization changes the way they see the past. Instead of regret, they now see an opportunity to become the person they always wanted to be. And for the first time in a long while, hope feels stronger than fear. The future no longer looks impossible, it looks like a door that is finally beginning to open. But even now, one surprise remains. The truth is ready to be revealed, yet the story reminds us that the greatest transformations rarely happen all at once. They happen through one honest step, one brave decision, and one unforgettable moment that changes everything after it. Your soulmate has chosen to stop carrying the weight alone, and that choice becomes the turning point that rewrites the story from this day forward. Don't look away, because something huge is waiting for you, and what comes after this moment is the beginning of a completely different journey. The story does not end with tears, it begins with what those tears revealed. Your soulmate has finally reached a place where hiding no longer feels possible. The burden that once kept them silent has slowly transformed into a quiet determination to face the truth, no matter where it leads. Every chapter of this journey has been preparing them for this exact moment. They now understand that the greatest loss would not be speaking honestly, it would be allowing another day to pass without letting their true feelings breathe. Don't skip. Because the final revelation is closer than ever. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. As the sun rises on this new chapter, they make a promise to themselves that changes everything. No more pretending that the past never mattered. No more convincing themselves that silence is the safest path. Instead, they choose courage over hesitation, hope over uncertainty, and honesty over fear. The hidden secret that once brought tears has become the very reason they are ready to move forward. Looking back, they realize every unexpected moment, every unanswered question, and every emotional struggle was quietly shaping them into someone strong enough to embrace the truth. What once felt like an impossible ending now feels like the beginning of something they never believed they could reach. And now, the final moment is almost here. The next step will not be defined by fear but by possibility. The mystery that has followed this story from the very beginning is about to give way to clarity, and the silence that once separated everything is ready to be replaced by understanding. This journey has never been about one hidden secret alone, it has been about discovering the courage to stop hiding from what truly matters. Don't look away now. Because something huge is waiting for you, and the final chapter will reveal how one honest decision can change everything forever. My beloved child, if you have stayed until this moment, then you already know this story was never truly about tears. It was about transformation. Your soulmate's hidden secret did not change everything because it was shocking, it changed everything because it forced them to become completely honest with themselves. The walls they spent so long building have finally come down, and behind those walls was a heart that had been waiting for the courage to face the truth. Every unanswered moment, every unexpected silence, every confusing memory now fits together like pieces of a picture that was always meant to be seen. Don't skip this final moment, because something huge is waiting for you. Now the weight has been lifted. They no longer want to live inside unanswered questions or unfinished chapters. Instead, they carry a new sense of hope, believing that honesty creates possibilities that fear never could. The tears that once represented regret have become a reminder of how much stronger they are today than they were yesterday. They finally understand that the greatest secret was not hidden from you, it was hidden from themselves. The moment they accepted who they truly were and what they genuinely felt, everything around them began to look different. Their future no longer feels uncertain. It feels open, peaceful, and filled with opportunities they once believed were impossible. And this is where the journey leaves you, not with fear, but with anticipation. Every chapter has pointed toward one simple truth: real change begins the moment truth replaces silence. Whether paths cross tomorrow or much later, this story reminds us that courage has the power to rewrite what once seemed impossible. The tears have dried, the secret has lost its power, and a new beginning quietly stands on the horizon. Stay with that thought as this chapter closes, because sometimes the most extraordinary endings are simply the first page of an even greater story yet to be written.